Hey guys, Willie Myette, creator of Jazzedge. I want to welcome you to Jazz Piano Daily. This is lesson number 26. Today I'm going to show you how to play this incredibly simple jazz piano 2-5-1 lick. All right, so let me pull up the music here and let's get started. First of all, what we have to do is we have to get our chord shells in the left hand. We've already talked about chord shells in previous lessons, so let's just make sure we have these. This is my root third for my D minor 7. That is my root 7 for my G7 chord, and then I'm playing my root third for my C major. Now, if you already remember taking a look at those chord shell lessons, you could also do a root 7 to a root 3 to a root 7. Okay? So you can play either one of those. All right, let's dig into this lick. Let me play it for you again. So it's... Okay, so let's take this step by step. First of all, let's take a look at what we have going on right here. This part right here is a D minor 7 chord, right? Just arpeggiated. That's all I'm doing. So when I improvise, when I am improvising over a D minor 7 chord, guess what? I can always use my chord tones. They're always going to sound good. And the only thing that's going to stand in the way of them sounding good is my imagination of how I put them together and my rhythm, right? That's really it. Those notes are always going to sound good. So if you know the notes of your chord, you can always use them for improvisation. That's exactly what we're doing here. But rather than just starting right on the downbeat, we do this little eighth rest here and start off the beat. So it's ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. And we just come right back up to the fifth. Right? So now, why did I end on the fifth? Why didn't I skip up and go to the seventh? Why not? Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Right? I could do that as well. So you can play around with this and try, starting on different notes. So you see, I took that same rhythm, but I changed the notes around. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. All right, but anyway, what's written here? Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Try doing it with me. 5 on C, middle finger on A, second finger on F, thumb on D, second finger on F, then middle finger on A. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. All right, so now when we get to the G7, on the G7 here, we are outlining another chord, but we're really outlining this G7 with a flat 9. But notice, hey, wait a second, you didn't put the flat 9 in the chord symbol. It just says G7. That's because when you improvise, you can pull in some of these other tensions even though it's not written in the chord symbol. It's absolutely fine. So I could be playing the flat 9. I could put the sharp 9 in there as well if I want. Right? It's kind of a cool sound, right? So even though it's a G7 without, I'm not writing in G7 flat 9, I could still use that flat 9 interval in my improvisation, right? If you don't understand what I'm talking about, don't worry about it right now. It's absolutely fine. The biggest thing is just learn how to play this, all right? And let me play it for you. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Oh, I just noticed I got to fix this fingering here. I'm sorry. This should be 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. I messed that fingering up. I'll fix it for you before it goes live onto the site. So that's 5, 3. This is 2, 1, 2, 3. My apologies. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Okay. All right, so now let's go back to the D minor, and I'm going to show you an even easier way of looking at this. Look at what happens when I hold down the notes. That's it. See how these top two notes both move down by a half step. So I could play my D minor 7 chord, right, and then just come with take the top two notes and make them down a half step on my G7 chord, and that forms my G7 with a flatted ninth there. And then when I get to the C, I just end on the note G. Okay? And then you could just lift up and then use your middle finger there, or use your second finger, whichever is most comfortable for you. So let me play it slowly, then we'll play it along with the band track. So it's ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. Ba-dee, ba-dee, ba-da. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? All right, so let's try playing this along with the band track. Let's get that. Here we go. Whoops. I'm going to also play this a little bit slower for you. I know you guys, this is at 100 right now. Let's put it at 90. Here we go. You could put some comping rhythm to that C. The main thing right now, just learn it. Don't worry about the analysis. Sometimes it's just, you know, you just do it. The biggest thing to get down with the analysis is just realize we're using chord tones. All right, so there you go. That is a super simple 2-5-1 lick. It's great to learn, work on that. In tomorrow's lesson, we're going to be bringing in the rootless chords, and I'm going to give you another lick as well. So if you would like to get the sheet music for today's lesson and our other lessons, just go right on back to jazzpianodaily.com. Or what you could do is just click on that card that popped up on the YouTube video up in the top right there, okay? So if you like the videos, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Also, like the video on YouTube, turn on notifications. I would appreciate it. That would be great. So anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you back at Jazz Piano Daily.